Okay, so one of the things that I loved about the premiere of Raw on Netflix, and also kind of pissed me off a little bit, not gonna lie, because I wasn't thinking about it, it wasn't on my radar, but it was when Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns were talking backstage and they walk into the locker room, and when that door closes, we all get the beautiful little first hint at a glimpse of WWE 2K25. How excited are you? I know immediately when I saw it, something inside me just stirred because I haven't played 2K24 in months. I haven't looked at it, I haven't thought about it. I haven't actually been paying a whole lot of attention to wrestling. Raw on Netflix brought me back, and now this subliminal messaging has sucked me back into this feeling that all I want to do is get my hands on 2K25. Are you feeling the same? What's going on?
Man, I completely agree.
Ugh.
As if anybody didn't know, we used to run some sweet fucking e-feds, and they were a lot of fun. We spent a lot of years creating and building a community around it. You know, getting everybody involved, doing video promos, voice promos, written promos, whatever it is to make it as realistic as possible, as if you were watching a real WWE show. Um, and it got, I think we got to a point where it was just life got busy. We wanted to venture off and do a little bit of different things of our own interests, when it came to the things that we loved. And we did that on YouTube for a bit, right? Just when you thought we were done, you know 2K25 gives us a little spoiler that it's coming. And instantly instantly. It's all that feeling that I didn't want to do another EFED came fucking crashing back. And I was incredibly hyped. I mean, instantly, I was like, already, and I know you were too, and I know we've talked about it. I know we've already been kind of just like throwing ideas out there.
Yeah.
Not saying it's gonna happen, but we've just been fucking around. You know what I mean? And man, thinking about belts and creating a new guy, arenas, graphics, t-shirts. I mean, we've already created a full fucking business on, like, hypothetically, if we did it. So yeah, dude, I was super stoked. I mean, there's so much I want every year from a new 2K game. You know what I mean? And they have been getting better. I think we can all agree they have been getting better. Do we still have some bugs? Do we still have some issues? Do we still need some improvements? Absolutely. I mean, I think that's, let's say 95% of games it's normal these days. These days.
It's a sad reality, but
It's a
yes.
sad reality that these days, there are things we can improve on in video games most of the time. Rare gems do we have? Um so yeah, dude, like I hope Motor City Machine Guns make it. This is far fetched, but I hope this TNA and WWE partnerships have some sort of impact
Yeah, like even a
in the game.
DLC.
Like,
Yeah.
is there enough time? I don't know.
I think
Like, I don't
I
know
think
if
there
we're
is.
going. I feel like there is.
I think there is. I mean, they got CM Punk into last year's game. It was kind of a last minute thing.
Last minute
Uh
for sure.
so I mean, we because nobody knew he was coming. The game came out. What was it? April last year, and CM Punk didn't show up till what? Survivor
Survivor
Series.
Series, yeah.
So that was only a handful of months for them to get everything done and get him into the game and have it, all ready to go. I think it's, I think it's possible. I mean, could you imagine Joe Hendry, Jordan Grace,
Dude,
just
just a DLC of the top guys. I mean, it would be insane for some of these guys from TNA because we're talking about a TNA game hasn't come out since, I'd like to think, if my memory recalls, 2007,
yeah, it's been a long ass time.
right? And then for PS3.
Well, yeah, we're going back generations because I think we were on the Xbox 360. At least I was
Yeah,
when TNA Impact came out.
yeah. And
A
so
long time ago.
for this would be huge opportunity for TNA just to kind of get back into it, a little warm up. I don't know. Um, I just think this would be the biggest game of all time. I mean, okay, hold on. No, that's GTA 6, but I'm saying in the wrestling timeline of video games, this would be the biggest one yet. If we did get some kind of WWE TNA, I think it'd be fucking crazy, dude.
Oh my god. Could you imagine if they switched up the formula one day? Instead of giving us the 2K26, we got something that kind of reminded us of the SmackDown versus Raw days, and it was WWE versus TNA. Oh my god. Even if that
Right?
was like a just oh, that was just even if it was a one-off just to give us something, I think that would be a lot of fun, but 2K24, I think you and I both played the shit out of it. We had a lot of fun with it. Yeah, we ran the E-Feds. We had a lot of fun with some of the new match types like the casket match and, of course, the ambulance match. War Games was insane. We had a lot of fun. Our communities had a lot of fun. If you could pick one or two match types that you want to see get added to that already established list going into 2K25, what are two match types that you would want to see?
You remember that movie Ready to Rumble?
Yes, I remember that.
I want
Yeah.
that three-stage, the three-tier
Oh,
cage match.
oh my gosh,
I
dude.
know it's not going to happen, but I had to throw it out there because I've always wanted it to happen. I was like,
Well,
bring that shit back, dude.
if they're gonna give us that, they might as well give us David Arquette as DLC. I mean, he's a professional wrestler, right?
They got
Let's
to give
go.
us the king, baby. They got to give us the fucking
The
king.
king. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, first of all, I used to love that movie because I was a WCW guy for a long time when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Can you even say that when you're a kid? It's not like you really have a choice. You watch whatever's on fucking cable, you know. So,
Yeah.
um one more.
Match types, dude. It's tough, man. What kind of matches have we even experienced recently that's not necessarily in it? I mean, I've always wanted another Buried Alive match. Those were always pretty fucking cool. I mean,
Buried Alive match would be so dope,
it would be cool.
especially with modern day graphics,
It's
modern
doable. I mean,
day.
we've got an ambulance match, the 2K24. Um, we got the casket matches back. I've always enjoyed the Inferno matches, man. When the side of the rings went on fire and like
Yeah,
you couldn't leave.
I think my two picks for new match types for 2K25 would be an I Quit match
Oh, they
because
used to have that, man. I can't
they
believe they
did.
took it out.
Yeah, they got to bring it back. That's on
It
my
was
wish list.
it was a submission match, but actually got to put the microphone up to his mouth and you'd have to hear him say, I quit. That was always fun.
Oh, it was so good. It was so
Yeah.
good. Very satisfying. And I think one more great match type that I think would actually elevate it and I really loved the gauntlet match being included in 2K24. I think that we need the lumberjack
Lumberjack.
match.
Yeah. Okay.
We
Okay.
need the lumberjack match
Yeah.
for 2K25 and I Quit. I think that would just round everything out real nicely.
Yeah. Let me throw one more in there, and that's the X Division match.
Oh my god.
If TNA is involved in any way possible, or just a little bit of a tease if they're not,
That would be
give us
sick.
a fucking NXT or a TNA X Division championship match.
That
Like,
would be wild.
I know people created it because I downloaded it. It's not sort of like as accessible,
Yeah.
but the vision of it is there, and
You know what?
it looks fucking cool, man.
It would be so freaking cool to have. One of my biggest complaints with some of the match types was specifically the ladder matches in 2K24. They were short as hell if you were running AI versus AI.
Yeah, the whole
Ever,
algorithm of the getting
yeah,
the belt down had changed because it was like super quick. It wasn't as hard to get that off.
yeah. It was so there. It was it just made it not as interesting to play or even watch. I feel like that elevates that. That makes me want to have a match. Like we're talking about X Division matches are essentially a ladder match on steroids with no ladder. So I think that's a great way to just rejuvenate. I think that's a great idea as far as cross promotion goes. I think a lot of people would want to see it. That's a great idea, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. But I'm really excited for 2K25. I can't wait to find out more on the 28th. I've got it in my calendar because I'm so jazzed about it. I can't wait to find out what exactly is this going to entail. I've heard rumors that we're going to get like a free roam city that we can
I've heard an
potentially
open
walk
world as well.
around.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about it.
I mean,
Mind you, I
if
don't.
it's anything like Here Comes the Pain and what was that other open world one? I mean, I guess
Well, I think they're trying to go more the NBA route where you can
I
actually
heard that.
interact with
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
city, right? I don't know how that will work in the world of professional wrestling, especially considering they're never really stationary. They're constantly traveling.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that works, but it'd be interesting to see how it plays out. But we'll find out more, of course, once they drop more information. So,
Yeah, I'm mostly looking forward to, and I think you can agree, is that we've spent a lot more time creating than actually playing the game.
oh my
So when it
gosh,
comes
yes.
to creations, as in, I just don't want it to be copy and paste from the years before. You know what I mean? Give us some new shit. Shit we haven't seen before. Things that would elevate the arenas for us to create. Characters, like just the stuff that's in there. We've seen it before. You know what I mean? I again, that's what I thought with 2K24 was just it seemed like 2K23 when it
Well, the
came
only
when
thing
it
that
came to
they
the creation wise.
Yeah, well, the only thing that they really changed as far as the creations went was that they would allow you to use people's Tron videos for
Right.
your cosmetics when you're creating an
Which was
arena.
still pretty cool because it did help at times for sure.
Oh, it was great when you got like a very specific theme in mind, but
Yeah.
as far as the parts for your stage building and construction went, I feel like they need to overhaul that. Either they need to add to it by like a lot, just give us way more options so we can get a little bit more, I don't know, just we can be a little bit more free in our customization while we're actually building these very unique arenas. Otherwise, everything just starts to all look the same because you can't use some of the parts. I'd like to be able to remove some branding. There was lots of pieces I wanted to use, but it said WrestleMania on it, or it had a WWE logo, and I didn't really need that. Or
Yeah,
it was the
some of the templates that they had were pretty cool because they would already
yeah,
be set up, but they would be stuck with like the Bad Blood or WrestleMania or Money in the Bank. You know what I mean? Like or the
yeah.
Night of Champions. You know what I mean? Wouldn't it be cool to use those banners?
Yeah, it would be so cool, but
Right?
just allow us to just tweak it a little bit,
Yeah,
let us
yeah,
put
yeah.
our own spin on it.
A little bit more
Uh,
freedom.
yeah, exactly. And it's no secret that the longevity of these games lives through the eFed community on Twitch, YouTube, wherever you're on a part of an eFed,
Absolutely.
right? No, so I think it's important that when we're able to customize, we're able to just have a little bit more freedom with it and have some fun with it. And on top of that, I think one of the things that they need to update as well is the templates for the Creative Championship. It's
Yeah,
been the same stock ones for years. I wouldn't even mind seeing, like, obviously I want to see the newer titles have their templates in the game as well, so we could make a new version or our own version of the current World Heavyweight title or
absolutely.
the new United States title, because those templates aren't currently in 2K24 unless you're making the stock title, which is fine, but it's limiting. I want to see some abstract stuff. Give us like some odd shaped plates to work with and allow us to just kind of create whatever we actually want. And on top of that, I want to see one more feature actually return to the game that's been taken away for so long that I think would be incredible for people that run eFeds and for people that just want to play the game and create cool characters and go through like My Rise or whatever the story may be. And that's the creative finisher.
Creative finisher.
Creative finisher needs to come back. And I don't mean the guys that would kick you 100 times, then hit you with a stunner. You know, just spam the kicks.
Or
Those were
one of
so
the
stupid.
the ones that I can remember the most was almost like a start to an F5, and you're almost in the air for like 2 minutes
Yeah,
because you're like it's just still flipping you
you're
because
just flipping.
he's just flipping and then, and then he drops you and then you flip him again for another F5 and it's just like it got pretty insane from what you were
Oh,
able to do. Um, but can I
but
throw
it
out
would be a
can I throw out another feature after you're done?
yeah, I was just gonna say, but it would be such a cool feature to bring back and just allow people to like really dig into the sandbox. They want these games to last the whole year, and I think the best way to do that with any sports title is give us more than enough to actually play with.
Yeah.
You know, then we don't get bored. All right, what's this feature you got?
Okay, so you remember the old SmackDown versus Raw games? You were able
Oh
to
yeah.
upload your own music.
Oh shit. Okay, I used to upload the Wolfpack theme
I used to
every
just
year.
throw in my most played song, or at least there was one that I remember from like Rev Theory, the band Rev Theory. I found a wicked song that nobody was ever using, and I used it for my created guy, and it just was always just super badass. But do you know how beneficial that would be? And this is where I want WWE or WWE 2K to start taking into consideration is the eFeds. You know what I mean? Because it is a very prominent community that, like you said, keeps the longevity of these games going.
Mhm.
But how cool would it be if you could put your own music? I mean, and let's say there's a safe way to do this, and let's say we just wanted to upload some fucking non-copyright music, right? And that would just solve the
I
YouTube problem where you could have entrances with non-copyright music, and then
mm,
we could watch the entrances without getting in trouble. But that would also just like give other people some kind of freedom to play around with their character just a little step further than they always have been.
oh, absolutely. I think that would be a cool idea. I can understand why they probably like pulled
Oh,
the
for
plug on
sure.
that just from the copyright perspective.
For sure.
Um but it would be kind of neat like as someone who has run an eFed in the past, if I could go in and use non-copyrighted music for everybody on my roster, I would never have to worry about copyrighted music ever playing on any of my streams, whether I was on any platform.
Yeah, yeah,
It would be so cool. Um, I think we got some stuff moving in the right direction. I'll be interested to see what they announce.
for
You
sure.
and I got some really cool ideas. Maybe we should make a 2K game ourselves.
Yeah, or maybe we do something together. Yeah, like a 2K game.
Yeah. Well, I heard this meant connect. I thought you wanted to connect
Oh,
at some
yeah, if that's what it means. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, yeah.
But
I
yeah,
think this is a
no, I'm super stoked for 2K25 and there's some benefits to it and there's some downfalls to it, but I think if we figure it out, we'll manage to play it again and see where everything leads.